Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any video from my channel.
Yo! Welcome to LCameraTV. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share with y'all cool things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and whatever else. Now, guys, I had to make a video about this, man, because I'm not gonna lie, bro. There's a Carolina Panther player that's looking pretty huge, man. He looking like, well, obviously they hitting the gym, but he ain't looking like he in the gym like extra hard, bro. And that's a good thing to see because he definitely need to gain weight. And in other news, obviously, there's another former Panther player that put out a tweet or you know, whatever, that was not really good. You know what I'm saying? I understand how he feels, but you gotta be realistic in some aspects. But we definitely gotta get into that. You know what I'm saying? And let's get started. So first off, the internet has, or Panthers fans, the internet has been going crazy about Christian McCaffrey, man, because he put a picture of himself, man, and he looking huge, man. The biceps are busting and percolating and all that stuff. And everybody's like, dang, Christian. And, you know, he joked about it, whatever. And he said, basically, he gained like 5 pounds of muscle. Now, mind you, he definitely needed to gain weight. You know, last year, he kind of struggled, you know, running through the holes or whatever, you know, because of his size. But, you know, he has the height. He just didn't have the build. But I don't blame him for that. I kind of blame, you know, the Stanford situation because it held him out a lot of OTAs and stuff like that, whatever. He couldn't really work out with his trainers and all that stuff. But this is, I think, it's like his real off-season, first real off-season, because he doesn't have to go to school or whatever, or he can be around his team and all that stuff like that, whatever. And he's been hitting the gym. He's been weight training with the team, so he's looking pretty huge, man. Hopefully, you know, he put a lot of, you know, muscle on his legs too, man, because he need to be able to, you know, break tackles and run through the holes, you know, powerful and strong. And hopefully he will, but I think he will. You know, from what I look for, it seems like he seems pretty big, man. He seems like he's definitely hitting the gym, and I think he's gonna still get bigger, or not necessarily get bigger, but gain more muscle mass. You know what I'm saying? And I think he's gonna play a lot better in the holes. You know what I'm saying? A lot of cutting, because with Jonathan Stewart gone, you know what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure he'll get a lot more bulk of, you know, the running. I know C.J. Anderson's there also, but I think, you know, obviously they have Christian McCaffrey as the first running back on the depth chart. He was a high draft pick, so I'm pretty sure they want him. I'm pretty sure they want it to be a compliment. Christian McCaffrey, you know, probably the first, you know, first down. You know what I'm saying? Maybe C.J. Anderson for the second down, and then Christian for the third down because he's a very good route runner. But they're probably gonna have like a back and forth type situation. But Christian's gonna get way more carries, in my opinion. So I definitely think this is good for him. I definitely thought he needed to gain weight. And hopefully, the only trepidation I have with this, the only bad part I see with this, is that, you know, when sometimes people gain muscle mass, they get slower. Hopefully that's not the case, because he has good speed. He had pretty good speed last year. He can get away from people, whatever. So hopefully his speed doesn't take a huge dip, but I don't think it will, because these trainers know how to build muscle mass without really losing that much speed. But his main thing was his route running, so I definitely think he'll still be able to get separation, you know what I'm saying, if he goes out wide and all that stuff like that. So it's really good, man. I'm happy for Christian, man. Hopefully he still hits the gym and gets, you know, puts on, maybe, you know, I think he's like 210 last year. Maybe 215, 220 wouldn't be bad. You know what I'm saying? He's rated at 215 from what he says. Maybe 217, 220 wouldn't be bad, man. I think he'll be able to, you know, withstand a lot more, you know, contact. And I think it'll be beneficial for him long term, man. So I'm happy to see him putting in work. I never doubted that he was a hard worker. We all knew he's a hard worker. But, you know, I didn't know if he could, you know, maintain or gain that weight on his frame. You know, some people, they just can't really, like, I mean, look at Brandon Ingram or Kevin Durant. These guys hit the gym like crazy, man, but they just can't put that weight on their body. You know what I'm saying? They try, but it just doesn't pan out the way they want him to. So I want to see if he can do it, and obviously he can. And I don't think he's done, man. So that's really good to see. I think he's going to be way better next year, whatever, or this year coming up, whatever. And I think he's going to cause some havoc, man. I think he's going to be able to run through the tackles and run through the middle effectively. So that's way better for the Panthers. In other news, we got to talk about the other running back, C.J. Anderson. Now, he came out and he said that, man, the 1,000-yard season he had with the Broncos is just, you know, just the beginning, just a start. And I would like to temper his expectations because, listen, man, all right, I think he's a good player. But I know, well, we usually do. We kind of do a running back by committee, you know, situation. And, like, the best tandem we had was obviously D'Angelo Williams and Jonathan Stewart, where they hit they both had 1,100 yards in a season. That's a rarity. That's a big rarity. I doubt it happens again. So I want him to temper his expectations. I don't think he's gonna have more than 1,000 yards. I think he'll have maybe 600-700. You know what I'm saying? And I think Christian will have like 1,000 something. But I don't see him having. Maybe he has. Could you say maybe he has 1,000 scrimmage yards? Maybe. Maybe that might be a possibility. But I don't think he was talking about scrimmage yards. I'm pretty sure he was talking about rushing yards. So I want him to temper his expectations a little bit because Christian's the #1 running back on the depth chart, man. All right. So I want you to understand that you're gonna get less touches than you did with the Broncos because you was the best, the #1 running back there. You're gonna get less touches unless you average more yards, which is a possibility, but I don't think that's gonna happen either. I want you to temper your expectations, man, because I think you're a good player, but like I said, you're second running back on the depth chart, man. Don't set a bar that's gonna be really hard for you to reach. Now, mind you, if you're like, man, I feel great. I think being on this team is going to be dynamic for me. I think I'm going to have a good season. That's fine because a good season is depending on how you interpret it. Some people think 1,000 yards is a good season. It has to be a good season for a running back. Some people think, just being productive or your yards per carry. Like if you average 4 yards or 4.5 yards or something like that, whatever, then you had a good season even though you only had like 600-700 yards. You know what I'm saying? So I want him to temper his expectations. Don't put a 1,000-yard number on your expectation or what you think you're going to run. Don't do that. Maybe you be like, okay, I'll average 4 yards a carry. I can rock with that. Because even if you average 4 yards a carry, if you get 600-700 yards, you still, that's not bad. But saying you're going to get 1,000 yards, and if you fall short of that, now people will be like, oh, well, he said you're going to get 1,000, he couldn't even get it. So I want CJ to understand, to temper his expectations, to, realize that, okay, I'm going to have a good year, but I'm not the #1 running back. I'm not the #1 guy in the stable. So I need to understand that, I might not get the amount of touches and the amount of yards that I got last year, and I'm okay with that. So hopefully he's okay with that. Hopefully he understands his situation, because by saying that, I think you put yourself in a situation where you have to answer questions later on that you don't want to answer. So hopefully he understands, man. But it's already out there. It is what it is, but I wish you had never said that, man, because he might be in for a rude awakening. And now that I gave one Anderson a reality check, I got to give another Anderson a reality check. Alright, I think it's a reality check episode, whatever. LCameraTV reality check. Maybe I should make that into a little series. We'll see. I'll think about it. But this is my second reality check. Now, Derek Anderson went on his little Twitter or whatever it is and said that he just told his kids that might not be no football. He might not be playing football this year, and they were devastated. Right? Now here's a reality check, man. Derek, you're 35 years old. You are a backup quarterback. What tends to happen to older backup quarterbacks is that they tend to be like, all right, we don't need you anymore. Why? Because your play declines and you're a backup. Now, in our situation, we have Garrett Gilbert, who they say is tearing it up in OTAs, and we got some other young quarterbacks that are coming out, Kyle Allen and that Taylor Heineke kid, whatever. They're coming down the pipeline, so we have some younger backup quarterbacks that we can, use on our team. So, Derek, you kind of got pushed out. Why? Because you're getting older, your play has declined, and, you're getting older. So, I don't understand why you didn't, pre-prepare your kids that, football may not be in your future, because the serious thing about it, to be honest, as a backup, you don't really have that much job security. As a backup, unless you're like Nick Foles right now, who won a Super Bowl, then you give yourself some job security. But for the most part, as a backup quarterback, you either get traded like Jimmy Garoppolo or what's the other kid's name? The other kid for the New England Patriots. Whatever, who went to the Colts. You get traded like them guys. You get cut, or you don't get re-signed like in your situation. So I think you should have had this conversation with them before. Hopefully, and I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to, I'm just saying that, we got to be realistic. And you're in, football, it's a production type league. If you need to produce, Look at Joe Flacco. They drafted Lamar Jackson right behind him. He's probably gonna be out of a job, at least with the Ravens. So he knows it. I mean, I think he could play great and still get pulled. So he knows this. He should know this, and he should be like, look, let me play as good as I can. So when they let me go or don't re-sign me, I can go somewhere else and get another check, which I don't think he will because he played horrible for like 4 or 5 years. Any team that picks up a guy who played horrible for 4 or 5 years and then plays good for his contract year, don't pick him up because most likely he's horrible, not good. It's just he's doing it to get the money. So that's how I feel about Derek Anderson's situation. You know, I understand, you know, you love football. Football is a game that you play for a long time, but you also got to understand that the reality of the situation is that you're a backup quarterback and that, you know, at some point you're going to get replaced. So hopefully he had a contingency plan. Hopefully he had some kind of situation where he was like, okay, you know, I understand that I might not be playing football, you know what I'm saying, so I'm going to fall back on this. Hopefully, man. But if he doesn't, I got to blame him for that because as a backup quarterback, like I said, your job does not have that much security. You know what I'm saying? So, Derek, I feel for you. I understand. You know, I know the kiddos are sad. Hopefully you can cheer them up. But let's be real, man. You knew this was coming sooner or later. So, it came later than you expected maybe, or sooner than you expected. Who knows? But you should have been preparing your kids and yourself for this ultimate ending. So, well, that's it for me, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share with cool things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and wherever else. Share it across the globe. Let everybody know what LCameraTV is about, all right? Get in the comment section, guys. Tell me what you think about Christian McCaffrey and him bulking up. Do you like it? I'm pretty sure all you guys like it. Tell me what target weight you think he should target for because I like interacting with you guys, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Also, let me know what you think about C.J. Anderson saying he'll get 1,000 yards. If you do think he'll get it, say you do think he'll get it. If you don't, tell me what yardage you think he will get. Get in the comment section, let me know about that. And tell me how you feel about Derek Anderson, you know, telling his kids about him not playing football. Do you think he should already protect his kids, or should he just sprung on him? Let me know in the comment section. Check out the LCameraTV merchandise. That link is in the description below. Hats, mugs, book bags, all types of stuff. You guys would love to rock. Check it out. Also, check the Patreon page. That's in the description below. Also, support me, support the channel, show me love, you know what I'm saying? I show you guys love, I rock with you guys. Share with your Panther family, friends, everybody, anybody Panther related, you know what I'm saying? Share with all the NFL people, whatever, fans and all that stuff. Let them know who LCameraTV is. Let them know how strong your Panther fandom is. Let them know that we still out here pounding, you feel me? Let them know about Panther Nation, man. And check out my dog Renan's team's video. It's going to be in the end screen at the end of this video. Check it out. Dope, you know what I'm saying? Also, you know what I'm saying, thank you guys for all the support. I'm pushing towards 1,000. Soon I'll get there. You know what I'm saying? I rock with you guys. Thank you for all the support. And I'll see y'all next time.